Good evening, everybody. I'm glad you're all here. Thank you for joining me. Hope everyone enjoyed their Passover Easter holiday weekend. Here's an update what's going on at Yellowstone. The bears are now emerging from their hibernation and warnings have been going out. Famed Mama Grizzly 399 and her 4 cubs emerged from hibernation on April 16th. Today is April 18th, 2022. Young cubs usually stay with their mamas for about 2.5 years. So it's expected the 4 babies will leave their mother and venture off and try and survive on their own. The 5 bears last year were getting themselves in trouble. They were lingering near homes, getting into human sources of food, including beehives, animal feed, and garbage. Last year, on November 10th, the 5 were escorted out of the town of Jackson after roaming the streets and making a brief stop at the Jackson Police Department. 399 and her cubs' presence in residential areas around Jackson Hole fueled conversations about migrating bears and human conflict, and new regulations countywide for bear-proof trash cans. Yellowstone National Park recommends that hikers travel in groups of 4 or more now, and that you carry bear spray and know how to use it. Make noise to alert any bears of your presence, especially in areas with lots of brush and along rivers where sound can be muffled. Stay away from any carcasses you might find. Well, they have found that the bear spray and making noise doesn't always work. In the park too, if you're riding your bike, they might think that you're a great chase. They love to chase people that are jogging or riding bikes. They're telling people to stay at least 100 yards away from bears, and if you see one, turn around and go the opposite direction. If you're hiking with your dogs, do not have them off their leashes. Anywhere in the park, it is prohibited. If you are visiting the park, they're telling people to keep your camp clean. Store all attractants, including coolers, cooking gear, and pet food, inside a bear box or a hard-sided vehicle with the windows rolled up. Properly store garbage until you can deposit it in a bear-resistant dumpster. Never abandon your picnic table or backpack. Make sure someone stays with your food at all times. Now for the earthquakes. Well, the earthquakes are continuing there at Yellowstone. USGS is reporting 11 within the last 24 hours, 58 within the last week, and of course you know that they don't report them all. The largest being a magnitude 2.4, which was yesterday, near Lima, Montana, which is along the Snake River Plateau. The most recent earthquake that USGS is reporting is a 0.8 at 21:37 Universal Time. They listed it as Mammoth, Wyoming, but here you can see it's closer to Yellowstone Lake. Talk about being way off in how large the earthquake was. It was actually a magnitude 2.14. And I'll show you the seismic signature. There it is. And I actually shortened it up. It really rattled for quite a while. Now this is from the borehole 207 there at the Madison River area. Here's the signature as it came in at Maple Creek. And there's the spectrogram. And you're probably wondering about this. Yeah, there was lots of magma coming into the system there at Yellowstone earlier. Let's go to the spectrogram. Look at all that. Yeah, a 0.8 would not pick up there at Lake Butte. Here's the signatures that came in there, and there's the spectrogram. There was another earthquake that they're still not reporting. That's it right there. At 21:29. You can see here 29:30 seconds, 29 and 0 seconds. There's the spectrogram. That one was picked up at the borehole there at Madison River, the Maple Creek monitor, and Lake Butte here on the right. This one too, I shortened its signature and it came in as a magnitude 2.31. Oh, and Old Faithful's going off right now, just in time. You remember Hank Hessler mentioned how when they started having magnitude 2 earthquakes there at Yellowstone, they would be concerned. And look how close these people are to the buffalo that are laying right next to the boardwalk. Yeah, they're not 100 yards from the buffalo. Yeah, the buffalo are starting to migrate too right now. I'll pull this over so you can see that. There's another one right there. Yeah, people do not heed the warning. These animals they're huge. They weigh, hundreds of pounds. And they're not domesticated. They're wild animals, and you should keep your distance from them. So it is 5:59 p.m. Central Daylight Time. And you can see it's still going off. You can also see the dead trees up over here. Many of them are dying from the gases coming up as the volcano recharges. They also got rust, which has weakened them, which has made them more susceptible. There's more dead trees. Susceptible to being attacked by the beetles. And these trees, the pine cones that they drop, are a main source for the grizzly bears. And I also mentioned too about the trout that the bears eat. Yeah, last year and the year before, when they were doing the count as they were going upstream to do their spawning, there was none. Now these trout are not like the lake trout. The lake trout do not migrate up the rivers to spawn their eggs. So the grizzly bears are opportunity hunters. They're going after food you guys leave out, trash. They're even attacking people and eating people. Going to the stream view, up here we have the Madison River. This is the borehole. It's a very deep well under the ground, showing those last 2 earthquakes that I reported for you. And we got drum beats. So let's go back another 2 hours. Down here is Maple Creek. Yeah, lots of activity. And we'll go back another 2 hours so we can see just exactly what was going on. Yeah, lots of magma coming into the system. This one here is Lake Butte. And we'll pull it over. Yeah, there's the drum beats that were going on. And there's an earthquake there. Now this is Maple Creek. And this is the borehole, same earthquake. So 1852 in about 30 seconds. Let me pull this back up so you can see the monitors. This is the borehole. This is Maple Creek, and this is Lake Butte. Doesn't show up at Lake Butte. That earthquake is not being reported. Here you can see 10:28 Universal Time and then 21:29. There's the spectrogram, and it comes in as a magnitude 1.61. We'll look at the signature. Now this is the borehole there at Madison River. So anyways, let me bring it up and I'll show you the other ones that got marked in red. We got one there. And we'll look at the spectrogram. 2240, that would have been yesterday. USGS says it was a magnitude 0.8 once again. But in actuality is a magnitude 1.85. Alright, we got another one marked in red. It's actually 2 earthquakes, it looks like. Yeah, 2 earthquakes. And then we got another one. Let me close this and make it bigger for you. That's not marked in red. 2257. Again, kind of close to the Madison River area. They're saying that is a magnitude 0.7. But I come up with a magnitude 1.69. And we'll go back to the signature of it. Now, this is the monitor for Lake Butte. It is on the eastern side of Yellowstone Lake, and these are what is actually called blobs of magma coming into the system. Yeah, and there's that line of melt. Yeah, remember Yellowstone Lake's got that crack with a cap of rhyolite that's been trying to rise up, open up, and there has been past hydrothermal eruptions there. In one of my last videos, I talked about that, how it created a tsunami. And this is what it was showing when I pulled the files. Yeah, it quieted down. There's that one earthquake. There's the other one. And more activity. Let's look at the signature. Oh, wrong one. Okay. They have been having a variety of tectonic and volcanic earthquakes there. See how some are pointed at the top and some are rounded? That's a little bit of both. Let's make this bigger, if I can. Yeah, see how it's rounded? This is volcanic earthquakes, meaning that magma is on the move, trying to come up in the system. Oh, I wanted to make this bigger. Yeah, see, rounded tops. This here shows 4 different types of seismic signatures. Tectonic like earthquakes, where they got the little points at the top. Shallow volcanic earthquakes. See how they got the rounded edges. Rounded edges. Down here it looks like we got a mixture of the both. You can see it's rounded and then some with sharp little tops. Well, maybe not. When I make it bigger. And let's bring it over. Well, see, that one's got a sharp little top. So we have a mixture of both volcanic and tectonic. I noticed too that all these trees back here, they're all dead. Yeah, that's a lot of them. And in the front over here. Yeah, it's no wonder that the bears are starving and looking for other sources of food. So that's all I have for you right now. If you have any thoughts or comments or questions, please put them down below. Thank you very much for watching. If you're not a follower, please hit the subscribe button. And don't forget to hit the bell so you will get notifications, I hope, when I make more videos. Thank you for taking your time to watch it, and thank you very much for your support. Please stay safe, and I will talk to you later. God bless you.